Hello and welcome back to another edition of our Power BI Monthly Digest. And here we are in the month of Petardos. Pew, pew.
Also known as July.
Yeah, fireworks, that's what we're going with.
Yeah, my name is Devin Knight, and I'm here with...
Manuel Quintana.
And we have maybe a smaller update this month, but still some good things here to take a look at. Yeah.
Good things, small packages.
Good things and small packages. I like the fireworks to start us off.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
How are we going to kick off this month?
Certainly. We like to always kind of go right and kick you off in the reporting side of things, kind of the more transparent element. We always start in that reporting canvas area. So we have some additional items, really some fun things, kind of in that realm of, when you think about the concept and idea of like stoplight reporting, that kind of key, those elements, KPIs, right? Those kind of key terms. We have something that's been introduced that we can leverage that element in a very traditional visual in Power BI.
Yeah, we've been seeing some changes throughout on the conditional formatting.
Yes.
Conditional formatting is a fairly new feature in general, but they've been adding new things and new elements to it continuously. And so this is back to the more traditional conditional formatting on a measure.
Yes.
But now we have, like you said, kind of that red light, green light KPI type thing we can do here. So let's go ahead and jump right into the demonstration here. We're going to take a look at how you can apply conditional formatting on a table or matrix.
Absolutely.
All right, so our example right here, I already have a pretty simple table in here. I'm not trying to make it too overly complex because I really just want to focus your attention in on the new conditional formatting capabilities. Gotcha. So I have a basic table here. When I select the table, you can see that I do have a measure over on the right-hand side. And on that measure, I can expand it, and I can add conditional formatting to it.
So far, so good. It's normal. But there's something new.
There it is. Yeah, so you have the same ones we've had in the past. You can do background color, font color, data bars. But the new
icons. I did not see icons before.
You can see it here now, So now you can actually bring in icons into your table or matrix. So if I select icons here, it's going to launch open a new window here where it's already set to format by rules. So you can, of course, format by field value and kind of point it to another value you want to base it off of. But in this case, we're able to now bring in icons. You can see them here on the right-hand side. Looks very similar to a KPI.
It does.
You can also specify where you want the icon to appear. So you can see icon layout here. You can say you want it left of the data, or maybe you don't want the data. You just want the icon only.
Okay.
Or maybe to the right of the data. And you can tell it how do you want to align the icon. And then it's giving you some defaults as far as how to measure those thresholds here as well. So it's going to start with everything from 0% to 33% will be red, from 33 to 37 is yellow, and 37...
Hold your horses there, Mr. Knight.
Did you catch something?
You keep saying percent as though it's been in my life this whole time.
Yep, you caught it. I just was going to race over it, and you caught it. Yeah.
Goodness.
So this is absolutely new. So Manuel's noticed here that the percentage piece is something that you couldn't do previously. But now when you're doing the conditional formatting within measures, you can specify whether you want it to be based off of a percent or to be based off of a hard-coded number in here. So you get to kind of choose which you would like to go with. And in this case, it defaults to a percentage, and it's kind of given us these thresholds ahead of time.
That's great. I mean, that definitely falls in line with the idea of KPIs. Pretty regular to go on that kind of idea of percentages. So I like that this is being added in here as well.
Absolutely. And then, of course, like you said, you'll be able to see you can change the indicators here. So if I wanted to use a different sort of indicator, you have a lot of options here. Maybe I like the X, the exclamation point, and the check. You can certainly do that. So you do have some options in here. And there's even some notes where you can customize this and go further. Or if you really wanted to make your own kind of custom indicators in here, there's even some capabilities of doing that. I'd check out the documentation for this feature in this month's updates to learn more about that.
We're going to have fireworks.
Yeah, we're going to have some fireworks, absolutely. All right, so I've changed the indicators here. I'll go ahead and hit OK, and as I do that, you'll see those indicators appear here within side of our table. Super simple to do, simple to add.
Awesome.
If we had a hierarchy here where we wanted to drill into certain levels, it would apply that to the other levels of our hierarchy as well.
That's great. I mean, sometimes I kind of see where sometimes I've actually seen where people do maybe like layering of visuals. So you might like stretch out a matrix and give room and like add in your own visuals, like a card or something like that. Like very interesting methods on how to add these images inside of Power BI. So it's great that it's built in now.
A lot easier now. Easy to do. So the next thing, I think, what are we looking at next?
We have another visual. This one's still in preview. It's been getting a lot of attention when you see these things around AI and all these elements.
Yeah.
We keep seeing the kind of this term for the key influencers visual.
Right.
It's been around for a couple iterations now of the Power BI releases, but still in preview.
Right.
Another capability has been added into it now, a very important one. Some of you, when you started to use this, may have immediately tried to go and put in a measure and you found out right off the bat that you were getting blocked off from leveraging that,
right.
and that is no longer the case.
Yeah. So if you have measures like you're trying to analyze profit margin or something like that, you should be able to now use those measures within inside of the key influencer visual. So let's take a look.
Perfect.
All right. So flip over to our demo here. Go to page 2. And I'm going to bring in the key influencer visual right here. And we'll give it some space here so we can see what we're working with. And I'm going to go into internet sales and we'll bring in our measure. So I'm going to bring in the sales amount measure that we have right here. And you can see now we can actually analyze what was the influence of sales amount increasing.
This is basically where the stop sign was put up for us. We just hitting that check mark, we have issues.
Right, exactly. Now, I could bring in other product attributes like the color and see it looks like products that were red and silver were more popular or more likely to be purchased than products that were multicolored, not available, or white. And so you actually have some features in here. You can say, well, I just want to focus on the ones that did have more influence to purchasing, or if you want to see everything, you can, of course, uncheck this to see the whole lot of them. So pretty cool. New little feature, small add-in, but it gives you now the ability to look at measures. All right, so the last kind of hands-on demo that we're going to look at is kind of on the transform side. We haven't had a lot of the transform section.
We haven't gone to the Power Query Editor in, man, it's been a while, but we've got something new on the M side of things. Yeah, so you know what? Let's just jump into it. Yeah, absolutely. Let's just jump in. You got to kind of see this to kind of witness it. The key is in looking how it's read. So you understand exactly what this is for, but it's a new opportunity with transformations of a column to split it. Right. So the official name of this one, split by positions. The key is that little extra S at the end. You get to actually use a comma separated list of values, numeric values with a 0 start index, and say where we want various different splits to occur. So depending on the scenario, depending on the data you're working with, I find this it could be pretty impactful as far as for numeric columns where you don't have standardized delimiters, right? I still feel like if you have a delimiter, you know it's always going to be hyphens, / backslash, whatever it is. I still feel like that's the better way to go because that can move. Right. But if you know every time that the front 4 numbers is something that you need, it's going to be a great thing, and you could split it up. And that's exactly what we're going to do in this demonstration, right? Yeah, let's do it. So let's just jump right in. We're going to go to our Power Query Editor, as we're talking about. And you may already be familiar with the ability to do the split by capabilities or the split column functionality within inside of Power Query. But what we're going to do is I want to say that I want to take my due date here, and I can see that the due date has what really looks like the year, the day, and the month parsed together here, are really all smushed together into one single value. And what I'd like to do is I want to split that up into the year, the month, the day. And this is not uncommon, right? This could be, like in this case, this is known as a smart key. Right. We can see what the underlying value means, but it is still a unique identifier, but we could then make it so that we can extract valuable information here. Absolutely. So pretty simple to use once you kind of think through, and you gave the key, the key to everything you said was notice the S in positions. So the way that you'll use this is you'll select the column, you'll go up to split by column, and you'll do by positions. And again, the emphasis on the S because you're going to actually provide to it multiple positions in a comma-separated list of how you want it to appear. Yes. So if you want to bring back the very first character, it's kind of a 0 ordinal idea here where you would actually tell it, bring back the first position would be identified with a 0. Then if I want the next position, it would be, let's say I want to get the next 4 characters, I'd say 4. And then you're not you're not telling it the number of characters, but it's the positions. So I would say get me back the 6th position here, and everything after that should be a column as well. Yes. So if I hit OK on this, it's going to now split that into 3 columns, one with the year, one with the month, and one with the date, and you could label them as such. And maybe what I wanted to do is I could have maybe duplicated that column before I made this split. Yeah, because it fully transformed it. So our original is gone. So absolutely, you want to kind of take that into account. Yeah, exactly. But this gives me the ability here now to very easily split up based on the position, the ordinal position of those values within inside the column. And it works both on, in this case, numeric values, but it'll also work on text values as well. So in this case, you'll notice here that what happened behind the scenes a little bit is it did some automatic data conversion where it converted it to text, did the split, and then it converted it back to numeric for me here, all in one swoop. Gotcha. So if we wanted to bring back that leading 0, we could just manipulate the data type change and just remove it, and we'd have a 0803. Yeah, exactly. So I could kill that step. Boom. Got it exactly. Awesome. Yeah, we got all the info out of there. Perfect. Cool. So I think the last thing is there's a few things that have gone generally available. For instance, the new Filter Pane experience is finally GA. In a couple months. and hopefully you guys have been following with us. We've been leveraging this as the preview only because, as mentioned the first time, this is going to be the only way you can do. This is the new way.
Right.
So for a while there, if you remember, we had it kind of in both spots. That's when it was first introduced. And then if you paid close attention, even though still in preview, if you had it on, you went away from the traditional one.
Right.
And now, this is what we got. And I honestly really do enjoy it. I really like it, especially with the addition of the little filter icon on the visuals. I think it's fantastic and great. Now it's here, and it's the one to use.
Yep. There was that. There was also aggregations. So if you've been experimenting with doing aggregations on your models, where you kind of have that separate table defined with an aggregate, this is one that we covered several months ago at this point.
Been a while, actually.
It's now officially GA as well. So again, the idea there is you have a separate table where you've rolled the values up, and when you're using something like direct query, you might use the aggregated table as an imported table and then reference that to have the aggregated values rolled up. So
nice, and a couple connectors as well. One that I'm kind of excited about. It's in beta right now, but it's the ADLS Gen 2. So Azure Data Lake Storage Generation 2. That's in beta. That's going to be available for testing purposes.
Yeah.
And then there's also, we have the one for Dynamics 365 Customer Insights.
Okay.
So I wouldn't be surprised if we see more and more around the Dynamics kind of platform there. A lot more being introduced into Power BI.
Totally. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I think that's it. It's a shorter one this time, but hopefully you enjoyed what we saw. What was your favorite of what we displayed today? Was there one of the features that you really liked above some of the others? We'd love to hear from you. And until next time, my name is Devin Knight. Of course, let me not forget, please subscribe. Please set your notifications so you know whenever we have any new videos coming out. Absolutely. Let us know that you're enjoying it. If you're not enjoying it, then we don't want to hear from you. But just kidding. But of course, my name is Devin Knight, and I'm here with Manuel
Quintana. Take care.
Thanks a lot.